Hi friends, welcome back. My name is April. I am also a Wicked Crafty Mom, and today I am going to be working on some paper clips. This may not be a super long video because all these paper clips are actually relatively simple to make. Some of them take some gluing time, but it's not a lengthy process for any of them, even the most complicated. So I am going to show you this one first. This I'm calling the Cute as a Button paperclip. And it is literally just a paperclip and a button. But I like the way that tying a regular button on the end here makes a place for, like, I think that would look really cute on a book. So that's the Cute as a, this I was only using for that. So that's the Cute as a Button clip. Okay, and I'm taking my band-aid off. I didn't even realize I was still wearing it. So I apologize for that. I always get distracted by people's band-aids and wonder what happened, if they're okay. Anyway, I just have a little cut on my finger. So, okay, so the next one is the cluster clip. And this one is very simple to make. I just use some scraps and put it on the paper clip, and I'll show you how to do that. And then this one, whoops. And then this one is, and they all just have these in here because that's how I set them up, so that I'd have the names with them. This is a tabby clip, and you can add a tabby to your journal wherever you want. There. Now I have a tab coming out of my journal. Also, let's look at the button. Cute as a button clip. There. Now look at that in a real used journal. I think that looks really neat. Okay, so I'm going to take these back so you can look at them again. I'll put them on their correct sheets, and then we'll go ahead and make one of each. All right, tabby clip, get over here. Don't get mouthy with me. Now I put the tabby clip, I set it up so that it could go around the paper that it's on. And that way it'll give it some support on staying on here and not, flopping around off the paper clip. At least that was my logic. Okay, so we're going to do the Cute as a Button clip first. We'll get that one going because this is the most involved of them. Whoops. I'm dropping stuff. I want to point out this is clean. And I'm making 3 simple clips, and let's see how clean it stays. Okay. So I've got this red button, and it's a 2-hole button. But I picked this one because it's got a little bit of an indentation where the holes are, and I think that'll fit neatly on the end of the paper clip. I think the paper clip will nestle in. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that because the only other one I've ever made is this one, and this one also had an indentation. I will probably glue this up here so that it doesn't wiggle around like this and slide off, but it is pretty secure in terms of not coming apart. I just don't want it to slide around. So I'll probably glue it with actually probably some 3-in-1 type glue. But I might leave it for a little bit just to see how much abuse it can take before I strengthen it up, because I like to know these things. I like to make stuff that's not going to break. Whoops. Okay, so I'm using a needle threader because I want to, because it's easier and I don't feel like struggling on camera. I can thread a needle without a needle threader, but for the sake of time and my sanity, I'm not today. Okay, so I am going to, I've got just a regular needle. It'll fit through. So I've got a button that the holes are relatively big, and the needle will fit through just fine because it's not as big. So I did pick buttons accordingly. So I didn't pick buttons with, you know, a couple of really small holes, because that will not suit my purposes. So I am not actually going to put the knot at the end. I'm going to give it a little bit of a tail here. There. And the knot probably is not going to actually stop at the, it's probably not going to stop at the hole. It's probably going to want to keep going. So I'm just looping this around the, no I'm not. Holy cow, April. See, this is why I wouldn't have done a good job. Okay, so I guess, you know, thread it on the button first, and then you can add it after. Add the paper clip after. And now I'm just going up through. And this part I think I can handle. But you know, I thought I could handle that last part too, and it didn't work. So I am just threading. I'm threading a mess, guys. Threading a mess. All right. I'm pulling it tight because I want it to stand up like this, if possible. All right, so now I'm going to pass this back through. Whoops, or not. What halves? Okay. And I'm just gonna tie. Oh, I'm gonna clip my needle off, and I'm just gonna tie it in a couple of knots, like double knot, triple knot, whatever, however many I feel comfortable with. And on the first one, the white button with the red thread, I clipped the strings off. But honestly, I think the strings could be, you know, part of the charm of this. Okay, let's try it this way. There we go. So there. Cute as a button. I'm a dork. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but we do a whole lot of dad jokes in our house. And there seems to be some unspoken competition as to who can make the worst dad joke. And so we have a lot of puns. We're very punny people. So I just put a little drop of glue on the back of this one just to hold the thread in place. I didn't glue the button itself to the thing. Now, if you don't have, you know, if you don't sew for whatever reason, then this one might be one that you want to skip or get help with, because that's the only way you can make this one. I don't want to glue it on. You might be able to like tie the thread through the button and glue it on, but that's just more risk than I'm willing to take. So, okay, so next we're going to work on the cluster clip, and that's this one. And so all I did was I'm going to take a piece of something kind of sturdy that's got some weight to it. It doesn't have to be super sturdy though, and it doesn't have to be seen. So I used just some black cardstock on my first one, and it's a pretty thick cardstock. Here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to fold this in half, and it's going to give us plenty of room, but you don't have to. Actually, why don't I make a shorter one to show you that you can do that too. All right, smaller one. Okay. So on this one, I used the whole length of the paper clip. And on this one, so you're going to tuck the small one into the paper clip. This is going to get tucked into the paper clip, and this is going to be the base, and we're going to glue this. And then I'm going to use the paper clip to keep the paper clip closed so the paper clip can dry and the paper clips glue. Paper clip. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm going to take one of my, I'll take this one. I'll grab another one in a minute. Anyway, I'm just clipping it together so that this will, stay closed and dry, you know, somehow. So right now I'm just fidgeting with it to try to press it closed, but I'm going to, there we go. I'm going to put it aside to let it dry now. And I'm going to work on the cluster. And so I decide how big I want my cluster back to be. And I'm using this same stuff just because it's going to be, because it's here and I'm using scraps. And that's what I want to do. So there. Okay, so I'm just going to start designing my cluster here. That's cute. And, oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? I like that. Oh, I like that. There we go. And now, nope, that doesn't work anymore. I did love it, but now I don't love it. Ooh, ooh. You know, I'm making weird noises. I would like this stuff to stop moving. That'd be cool. I want this collage piece, this cluster, to look really junky, junk journaly. I think that's probably enough clusters or enough stuff to put on this. And then what I'll do later when I want to attach it to a page is find something that will go here-ish, maybe a flower or something. This one I put a 2 on here. This color combination will go with pretty much anything, so I wasn't too worried about how it worked. Now I'm going to start inking stuff on here with my Tim Holtz Distress Ink in Vintage Photo, which I will link below, and then Distressed Oxide Black Soot. Okay, so this stuff, actually, this art glitter glue works really well on plasticky things, and this is genuine packaging, so I've used this on acetate, and it's actually held up much better than I had thought it would when I tried it. So I put it this way. I do like the side to side, but I wanted it in, and I said I was going to ink it in Distress Ink, and then I didn't ink it like a dope. I got excited about the glue. Okay. I'm inking I'm starting to think that I might need to either refill my dye or get a new one, because it doesn't seem like it's... I have seen some people on videos ink the crap out of stuff by doing it the way I'm doing it right now. And I just don't seem to be getting the same effect. And I'm using the same ink color and everything. So, I don't know. Alright, so this is just getting some definition. I just ripped off, this is a tab from an envelope. No idea what I used it for, but okay, so I'm going to put this sideways because I like that. I'm going to put this one down first. Okay. So I've been wanting to tell you guys this for a while because it just cracks me up. I was watching a video, and the crafter on it kept saying, "This is too small. I won't be able to do anything with this. I'm going to throw it away." And first of all, commendable, because I don't hear that all that often. I don't say it even less often. Or I say it even less often. Alright, so there's a cluster. It doesn't have to be anything big. It's got some texture. It's got some ink. It's got some character. Alright. And I'm going to unpin this. So now I've got this base that is just because I folded it in half around the small thing here, I've got this base that I can stick my cluster on. Oh, and look at how perfectly that fits lengthwise. I wasn't paying attention to which way I cut it, so it's kind of neat that it worked out. So I'm just going to apply the glue to this side. And, oops, which way's up? This is up, this is down, this is sideways, this is off camera. Okay. And we're glued. Ish. Alright, so I'm going to push it down now. Now we're glued. We're definitely glued. Okay, so now that is a second clip done. So that's paper clip one way, paper clip two way, paper clip three way. So paper clip way number 2. Oh my gosh, I'm having so many issues with this. I'm trying to keep them grouped together, the ones that I make similar. Here, look at that. That made one giant cluster. Okay, so now we're going to do the tab one, and this one's also very simple, I think. Whoa, whoa, come on. There we go. Okay, I was having issues with my ink. Alright, so I'm going to take some bright pink here, and that gray. Now this is gray that I have used. This is gray that I have made myself. I don't know, maybe I'm not going to put anything on it. Maybe I'll just make this. Okay. So I just, oops, I'm doing it off camera. So I folded it in half. You can crease it if you want. And I want, so I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. Alright. And you decide how wide you want the tab. And so I'm going to do this wide. And all I did is just kind of make, let's see, what did I do? I made kind of a curve like this. And then kind of a curve like this. Ish. I can do better. Nice thing is, it doesn't really matter. Okay. God, that's terrible. It'll be fine though. How do I fix this? I know how to fix this. I lied. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. There, that's much better. All right, you're a tab now. Congratulations. All right, so I can clip this a little skinnier. So what I did was I took my 1-inch circle punch and just punched out on the sides because I was tired of fighting with it and trying to make them even. So now they're even. When you open it up, it looks like that. Okay. And now what I did on this one was just ran a strip down the center. So I'll do that. Let's see. So right about there and right about there. Oh, close. You know what? I'm going to leave it like that. I like it. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to ink again. And when I say again, I mean I totally forgot the first time. So glad I didn't the second time. Okay, so I'm inking. And I'm inking. Anyway, you can cut the tabs out in whatever shape you want. Like, I just freehand cut them. I also have tag making punches and all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, there are like all sorts of different ways to do it, I guess is what I'm saying. This is just a quick, easy way for me. All right, now I'm going to take my glue stick because I am testing my glue stick. I am testing the capabilities of my glue stick so that I know if it's going to work for me long term and I should keep buying them or not. All right. That looks a little sloppier than I wanted. So I am going to cut it. Do a quick ink and then put it back. There we go. It's much better. Okay, there. Now that looks like I did it on purpose, not like I just slapped it on. And we both know which is true, but okay. I'm just folding that under because I can, because it's there. All right, and so for this one, I figured out, so you can put it all the way up to the top, see, like that. And I didn't, I wanted a little more hanging out, so that's why I put it only part way up. And I do, okay. But this one I'll do all the way down, how's that? Because I didn't last time. And I just put a decent amount of glue on here because I want it all to stick together. I especially focus on the paper clip because I want it to stick to the paper as much as I want the paper to stick to itself. Now I've got to clear out my, there we go, my glue. Oop. And you can hold it or you can clip it like I did with the other one until it dries. Because of the amount of glue I put on, it's going to take a little bit longer to dry, but okay, so here is, and here's another tip, if you put it like this, it's going to keep, if you put it down where the paper clip is, it's going to keep it together at least on one side, and then if you need to glue it again on the other side, you can, but I just tend to play with it until I'm satisfied that the edges aren't going to come apart. I just keep squishing it. Squish, squish, squish. And then what I can do, you know, in the future is I can add decorations to it when I'm ready to put it on. I can write on it, I can do whatever. So these are the tabby clips. Okay, so when it doesn't have a paper clip on it, it looks like that. Tabby clips and cluster clips. Long ways and wide ways. Yeah, okay. And cute as a button clips. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can hang out and chat with our group on Facebook. It is called Wicked Crafty Mom. And you can also, if you like what you saw today, you could like and share and subscribe. And if you hit the little filled in bell, it'll let you know when I post new videos. And I will be posting links to the videos, of people that I watch, and also links to supplies in the comments below. Yes, this way is below. Thank you. Have a great day, and I'll see you later, friends. Bye.